Hey everybody, this is Red Specs Gaming. Welcome back to Minecraft Eternal. So today we're going to do the first part of a two-part on finishing up how to deal with all of the loot that this thing drops, the stuff that we don't need, or the stuff that doesn't work well on the shelves here. So today specifically we're going to deal with blood. So hope you're up for that. Oh, got hit by that thing. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Okay, so for storage, what I've decided on is to put some drawers. I wrapped them in skystone and used stone as the face because I kind of like the way that looks down here. And I put a bunch of them here. Hopefully this is enough. And then I came over here. This is the wall to my storage room there. And I ran a storage cable down that way and ran it around this way. Though I'm going to be honest, guys, I think it might be time we're going to have to do away with simple storage. I think simple storage is pretty laggy. I think it gets laggier as we go. I'm not sure. We may go through the whole thing of setting up an ME system and find out that simple storage wasn't really the biggest problem. But it may be time that we set up ME. I'm not sure. We'll see. Because like right now, just the frames. Oh, my frames are so bad. They can be good, but they drop down to like 20s. Too much automation going on, I think. But anyway, we ran that and hooked this up with an import cable here, storage link cable, I should say. So anything we put in these drawers now should be available. We're gonna probably redo this wiring on the item conduit to run this over there because I want to experiment with something. But let's real quick do. I wonder if we can do something else. Let's try this. If we do a hopper, this is an experiment. I'm not sure what will happen here. If we do a hopper and we need a keep this guy, where it'll keep its let's make 3 of these just in case. We might need to move this around a couple of times. And if we put a keep inside this thing, that's what these storage crate keepers, that allows them to keep their inventory when you break them. And if we take this and we break this, so he's got his inventory still. And I wonder if we go here. We go here. Let me get some stone so I can get underneath it. Let's see what happens. Because I wonder with these being locked, if it can import to that or not. Because what we could do, let's say we put you here. And then we put the crate. This may be a disaster, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll put the crate here. Now what's happening? Anything? Nothing that I can see. But what if, for example, we take rotten flesh? What was that? 64 rotten flesh? Chapter complete, player shop. What did I just clear? What just happened? I don't even know what just happened. Alright, we'll figure that out in a second. Where's quests? Quests. I don't even know what that was. Somebody else might be able to tell me. It might be like a different quest system because I don't see anything highlighted in here. Anyways, we got 64 rotten flesh. If we take said 64 rotten flesh, we got 25 coins. How do I do with those? What do I do with those? I don't know. We take the rotten flesh and we put it there. Now it's definitely emptying out into that. The other thing is these are kind of laggy actually. So let me try a different thing. Let's do. Let me pick all that up real quick. Put it back into here. Shove all that back up into that guy. All right. Chuck all that back up into there. And get the bones. Best friends forever. We just completed another quest. Weird. We'll have to figure out what all that is that I'm getting. I don't know what that is. But anyways, we put that up in here and let's use a item conduit. I wonder if it'll do the same thing. Item conduit. Because item conduits are less laggy than hoppers. Vanilla hoppers are laggy. And if we do you as insert, right? And we do you as extract, always active, what happens? Anything? Are you extracting? You're just sitting there. What about... That is going up, though. Okay, so that's less laggy than a hopper. So that'll pull all the stuff out. So we could choose which of these to put stuff into, but the thing is that we're going to run out of space before too long. So before we do that, we're going to come and we're going to find all these things, and we'll put them on the shelves. The things that stack anyways. I don't know how we're going to do with the rest of this stuff, but the things that stack, we can put them on the shelf. But we're going to need to upgrade these shelves to store a lot more. So to do that, and then what we can do from there is we can, instead of having this line here, we'll run that line across and hook it into that. And then what should happen is it'll dump everything into this crate. And if it has a place on these shelves, it'll go there. And if not, it'll stay in the crate. And then we can figure out what to do with the rest of that. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do, because we're going to need a lot of upgrades for this, is I'm going to come over here to my Pam's shipping bin, and I'm going to find agave, which will go this way. Maybe it's quicker to go this way. I'm not sure. We should have changed to tea, because I think tea is going to be the... I might change to tea instead of agave after we sell all the agave, because the first thing it seems to when you restart the game is that tea leaf. So we might see if we can grow that instead. But anyways, I'm going to run through this until I find the agave, sell all my agave, and get as many emeralds as I can. It's going to take a few minutes of me sitting here clicking this. So I'll do that and I'll be back. Okay, so I think I have it kind of figured out over here. I'll show you in a second. I'm just running a few more seconds worth of test here because I want to see how bad it looks. There's some issues, and I think we've got to we're gonna have to make a change to our storage solution here. So I just want to give this a few more seconds to run and see what we end up with, because I want to be able to let this run forever and just fill this guy up with experience. But I don't want to overflow my network in the process, you know? So, just a few more seconds here. Suck it, Spider. And it's a really good system. It tends to deal with everything really well, I think. I need to fix that light. Got light coming in right there. You can see I've got a couple of blocks that have too much light coming in through the door. Apparently the door allows light in, so we'll have to figure another solution for that. I was hoping using the same glass, this dark fused glass, as part of the door would block it, but that doesn't seem to be the case, so just walk around a little bit. Usually when I walk around I get crazy amounts of spawns. Die, whoever you are. Alright, let's kill this. And then let's take a look. What we've got is I've placed all the things that stack here on the shelves, including all of these like storage containers. You know, because we'll come in here every now and then and we'll open them all up and see what all we get. But like all these things that stack for sure. This blood is weird because it stacks in a drawer, but it doesn't seem to pull out of this right. It doesn't stack in a container. So I don't know how we're going to deal with that. We'll probably have to fix that one. But this is wired, or I guess you could say conduited, to that over the top. He then conduits down into the drawer controller. I've put a 15 upgrade speed on this guy. And why are you not... Wait, did I turn it off? Hold on. Oh yeah, always active. So let's see. I should pull everything out that exists on these drawers now. Look at all these heads that we've collected. So many heads. You know what I haven't seen yet? Is a zombie chunk spawn. So we'll have to see what's up with that. But this is the problem. We've got some items like these Piper hats that keep showing up. And I guess Black Feather, we can stack that. That should be okay. We've got this little creeper trophy. I don't know what that is. And then all of these armor and weapons. Gonna have to deal with these. The books I've stacked up top because I think there's only so many of these we can get to, and they should be able to start stacking. And then once we know what all of the versions are, we could set up drawers for these. But I think what we're gonna do is it's time to get rid of the simple storage, guys. I think it's just that time where we have to move on to a more sophisticated storage system. So we're probably looking at that coming up real soon. I want to tie up a few loose ends before we do that, but then we will get on to that. So the other thing I wanted to point out on this was I had to come back here and I'll show you what I ended up doing. I had to also, like, we're piping everything down into this, and if he can take it, he'll take it and put it on a shelf. If he can't take it, it stays in the container, right, in the crate. The catch, though, is that there are some things that keep showing up in here that just exist elsewhere. So what I did is I also attached a import cable to the back of the container itself, and then we whitelisting certain things. So if iron ingots, pumpkins, carrots, golden nuggets, potatoes, wheat, lapis, redstone, or inferium are showing up in the container, they get imported back into the network here, and they go to their correct places. So, yeah. Infinity booster card. Yeah, see, this is an AE2 thing, so it might be time we figure this out, because I think with AE2 we can set up better export that isn't so expensive on performance, and we can export a lot of this stuff and melt it down and stuff, you know, because I think we export it based on name and not exact item, something like that, but we'll see. So yeah, this is the monster spawner for now. I suppose we can let it run and then just manually deal with the excess that we get in that container for a little while. But this is a good way to collect stuff, and what I really need is some zombie chunks. Or, I guess mob chunks, maybe zombie chunks. Actually, I really don't even need that anymore, because if you look at this, we're already up to 64 ender eyes. So, ideally, I was looking to make a ender seed, which is what started leading me down this path, but we're getting plenty of ender eyes just by grinding up mobs. Okay, so I've been letting this thing run for a while, as you can see by how much liquid XP we've built up here, but it definitely is going to overrun itself quicker than we know what to do with. So I want to do something to deal with some of this. So the first thing I think we're going to deal with is we're going to make another demon drum. So let's start with, we'll do drum. We can do this really quickly, I think. Oop, I don't know how I got there. Drum. Start with the metal one. Turn that into the gold one. And then we gotta make these two things real quick. Bam, bam. And then we can make that guy. Alright, so we've got another demonic drum. And what we're going to do is we're going to... I removed the vampire blood that was here. And we're going with just bottles here for a reason. So, ooh, wow, it must be gnarly outside. Oh yeah, you can hear it down there. Anyways, thunderstorm for sure. Oh, you know what? We can sleep through a thunderstorm, I think. If it's specifically a thunderstorm, you can sleep that away. So if we do that... Yeah, and then it should clear up. There you go. Little tip for you. Anyways, so what we're going to do is we're going to make another thing, and it's going to be, hold on one second, let me see what it was called again. Okay, so I think what we're looking to make is called a Ender IO fluid tank. So if we do, get rid of that, and we do at Ender IO fluid tank, and what we want to make is that guy. That's the pressurized fluid tank. I think we just want the regular one, and we should be able to do that pretty easily. So we've got that, and then we also are going to want let's see, what is it? I think it's called an RF Tools liquid monitor. So if we do RF liquid, we want this guy. We're going to take him out. We probably need to make that middle piece there. Bam, bam. Alright, so we've got that. I think if there's anything else that we need. I think we might need some filters. I think we might need some filters for Ender IO. Filter. Those are extra not filters that I had made, so I think we just want regular basic item filters. Okay, so Easy enough. We can make a couple of these hoppers real fast. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. I'm gonna put 4 in there for now. And I'm gonna make 2 filters. We need to make some paper too. Luckily, I did a thing today. I'm gonna make a bunch. You see how much sugarcane I've got? Let me show you what I did today real quick. I did a thing where I opened up this room back here behind the cloches, and we're going to, we're going to, quit climbing the walls. We're going to build a second row of cloches behind here as we need them. So I made the room to where we could do that, and so all the works will be between the rows of cloches. And while I was at that, you notice there's some more cloches here. We've got cactus growing. We've got sugarcane growing. I added lapis down here. And the reason I did the lapis and the cactus, by the way, is that dye there. If you look at dye essence that I had showed you before, it actually can't make all the dyes. It can only make some of the dyes. It's missing a few. So if you look, it does black, it does red, it does purple, it does cyan, it does light gray, it does gray, it does pink, lime, yellow, it does light blue, magenta, and orange, but that's it. It's missing brown, it's missing white, it's missing blue, and the reason is because there's other than when you getting into mods. So if you do blue dye, for example, blue dye, the real blue dye that is Minecraft doesn't exist. Right? Like, because blue dye is lapis in Minecraft. So all of these are added through other mods, but this is dealing with Minecraft specific dyes, this essence. So it doesn't do lapis because then you could just get free lapis. And I'm not sure if it normally does it and it's just disabled in this pack or what, but in this pack, this dye essence won't make white because that's bone meal, and it won't make brown because that's cocoa beans, and it won't make blue because that's lapis. So there's going to have other ways to get those dyes. And we're going to get into the brown. Brown's going to be the tricky one because I think with brown, for us to have a regular source, we're going to need what's called a dye mixer. But that's not for this episode. So anyways, we've got lapis here now. I changed out the agave for spinach because, like I had alluded to, this guy here opens with spinach as the first recipe when you start the game. That way I don't have to go searching through it. But anyways, what was I doing again? What was I coming up here for? I was coming up for filters. Oh, I was coming up to show you that we added sugarcane. So sugarcane grows regularly in cactus now for green dye. That's another one. Cactus green is not a dye, or not. It's a separate item. So for some reason you can't do cactus green. But anyways. So now we have, we can make our filters, right? Item filter, basic item filter is fine, 1, 2. All right, and what we're gonna do is we're going to try to output. What I'm dealing with right now is all of these bottles of blood that come with the vampirism mod. And I don't want to throw them out because I don't know if we're going to, or I don't know when, but we're eventually going to get into vampirism, and it seems like it'd be a waste to throw all this blood away, because we may need that. If we become a vampire, we may need to drink that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on a system here that could get that out of this storage container, and it's going to store them off. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to export them, or import them to the network and then export them back out, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how this works. Let me look at the import. You know what? When I'm in the base, I can just turn that off for now. That way I quit climbing the walls. If we look at the import on this guy, here, currently I've got iron, redstone, and a bunch of these other things that seem to show up in the box just to import back to the network because we have a place to store them. But I don't think we can. The problem is these bottles of blood, there's like a ton of kinds of them. Like, see, this is got /5 at the end of it, and then this one is /5. So these are all going to be /5s. But you're going to see, and I have seen this, there's a 7, there's an 8, There's an 8. There's a 6. So there's a bunch of kinds of them. So we really need to get them out of there in such a way that that we're not concerned with that. We need to ignore metadata, basically. And I think we can do that with the item filter on this. So we could add another way to get that out. So let me look what we can do real quick here. And of course now I need my gloves on. So maybe not that. That's probably not the idea we want. We probably want to go and tell this not to filter blood. Yeah, that's what we do. So as it comes up this path, instead of the blood going into this, we're going to continue through, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to tell this guy to blacklist, and we'll go edit filters, blacklist. Let me get one of these bloods. And we go back here, no, back into the filter. On the insert, we want it to blacklist blood, any of these bottles of blood, and we need to ignore metadata. And then that way, let's take a, well, let me get it back up in here. Let's put it where it's going to go first, and then I'll show you how this could work. I'm still trying to play this out in my head here. So we're going to go over this way, right? I'm going to clear out some more space here. What we're going to do is we're going to send that down this way. Let's do this way, bring this over here, and we need another container over here, I think, that it needs to go into. So we probably need another crate. Might as well make the big thing, right? Alright, so we've got another crate here. We're going to put that crate there like that, and we're going to whitelist the blood on this one. So for now, we're only allowing blood into this crate, okay? And then this is whitelisted. So because this is whitelisted, that's the only thing that's allowed in there. And we're ignoring metadata because of the difference in the numbers there. That's the metadata part. So now when this picks up everything, like if we, let me clear out some space here. Clear that, get rid of that. I'm going to keep that on me. These three were staying on me. And then these conduits we're going to need. So, alright. So if we pick up all of these bloods, let's get them all out. That we can, not that. That's another thing we're going to have to figure out what to do with. But that's the next thing. We're going to be taking these a piece at a time on how to get rid of this or how to process it. Alright, so we got a bunch of that blood there. And if we bring it, can you stop jumping? Thanks. If we bring it down here and we chuck it in here. Bamp. 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 Actually, I think I can do this, yeah. Use the keyboard hot button for throw down. Alright, and so that all gets picked up by that guy. Oh, by the way, a lot of these things are dropping. They're little trophies. Zombie trophy, and a creeper trophy, and an enderman trophy. These are amazing. So I kept one of each. We'll throw the rest out because I don't think they have a use otherwise, but we definitely had to have one of each. Now we should see that there's blood going into this guy. No? Bet we need to round robin it. Oh wait, this doesn't say insert. Ugh. Dumb. Alright, so there's his filter. He's on insert. And he's also going to remove extract. He should be getting the blood now. He is. Okay, perfect. So he's getting the blood. He is not getting the blood. Okay, so now that we have the blood in there, what we're going to do is we're going to pump it into this fluid tank, okay? So we're going to take the fluid tank, and we're going to put the fluid tank here. And we're going to take a item conduit, because they're blood bottles currently. So they are currently... No. Stop it. Damn it. Damn it, Beavis. Anyways, let's put that back real quick. Item conduit, back on you. Do I still have that filter? I do. Put the filter here, insert, extract is off. Okay, good. So he'll be getting the blood. And then he'll filter the blood into this guy. Okay. And then the blood should, when we set this to extract, always active. And then we got to put that on insert probably. This one has to be insert. And then the blood will come into this tank. Yes, see? So it comes into this tank, and this container then extracts the blood out and gives us empty bottles. And yeah, these are going to probably be like that, but that's okay. That's just 2 slots that are filled now, so it doesn't really matter. So it'll take all the blood as it gets it, put it in here, and it'll do that with it. And now what we have to do with the blood is we've got to pump it out of there, right? So if we take a fluid conduit and we drop the blood down, let's say to... I'm going to open up a little space around us here like this. What we're going to do. Hold on. Okay, so let's pop that up. And we're going to take this guy, and we're going to put our gargantuan, our demonically gargantuan drum here. Okay. And we're going to pump into the top of him that blood. So give me my fluid conduits. Bam. And we're going to say extract, always active, not insert. And so this will start filling the demonic gargantuan guy up. And then what we can do, let me get back this one right here. And then what we can do is we can get these bottles back out, okay? And we can do, how are we going to do that? I know how. We're going to take this item conduit. We're going to come out this way. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put item conduit back. And we're going to take our Yeta wrench. And I only want one connection here. Don't want this connection. Alright. And so that goes back down and in, and I don't want that connection there. No, I do want that connection there. I need that connection. So I need to put that back. There, yeah. Okay, so that goes back down and in here. Okay. And then that should take the bottles. We should be able to get the bottles out. So if this is always active extracting, he should be able to take, yeah, see, he'll take the empty bottles back out now. Right? And these that get fed in here, the extra bottles, they'll cycle back through until they become empty bottles. And those empty bottles will go here. Let's see real quick. The empty bottles should go here and fall onto the shelf here. So now I've got a shelf full of empty bottles. Oh yeah, see how that's working out? It's working out nicely. We can see. And we're going to put this guy, this is a liquid monitor, okay? We're going to face him towards this. So we really want it faced towards that. Or we're going to fall down into this marble hole. Alright, so really we want this turned. We want this turned so that the red arrow is on the back side of it. Like this, and that means that on this side you can kind of see the black box. He's now scanning that guy there, is what he's doing. And you can see he sees the demonically gargantuan, and he knows what's in it, right? Okay, so then what we got to do is we have to signal it so that when he is, let's see, I think it's when he's more than, we'll say 80%. When he's more than, no, we'll call it 89%. We'll go 90%. When he's more than 90% full, so when he gets to 90% full, when this guy gets to 90% full, we want to signal, trigger a signal, okay? And what that will do then is when that happens, he's going to send out this redstone conduit, okay? And the redstone conduit's then going to trigger this. We're going to get a redstone signal, and that's going to come, we need it to come back here, is what we need, I think. Let me think real quick. How do we want this to happen? Actually, you know what? We're just gonna throw it away from this tank. We need to throw it away from this tank actually, because otherwise the signal will always stay there. So what'll happen is we need to go. First off, we need a trash void. So let me make a trash void. Trash void is your friend. You can get rid of things with this, and it does fluids and solids. Okay. So we take the trash void here, we'll put it right there, and then we're going to put fluid conduit between the two of them, right? Here. And we're going to tell this active with a redstone signal. So when he gets a redstone signal, he'll allow blood through, okay? He will extract, and he will insert it into the trash void. So we want this on insert. Basically, so when he gets higher than 90, he starts throwing away blood. And that way, what happens then is this can start running again. He'll run, because this will be full. He'll start emptying out into him. He'll start throwing away past 90%, which he'll lower, which then will allow this to go in there, which then will allow more bottles to get picked up. So that should work, but we need to get the redstone signal over to this guy, and I'm gonna need a little more redstone conduit than I have. Let's see if I have the materials for this. I have 2 more in the network. This might be enough, actually. So if we take the signal, nope, not that. Don't want that. Give me the signal. Okay. No, stop that. I want that one. I don't want the one on top. There we go. We take the signal around, and around, and around. Okay. And we're going to turn that one off. We don't want that connection. But we want this to have a connection here. So we go you. Can you give me a signal here? No? Oh, wait. You know what? It has to have a conduit there. Duh. Okay, so we need a redstone conduit, because we just used the last of what we had. Bam. Got enough in there. That's good. Still got redstone alloy. I made some extra earlier. We put that there, and that works. So right now, he will trigger a signal when this guy is more than 90%, which then will cause that to flip open that guy, right? And he'll start throwing away blood. And we can test this by just throwing a switch on here, I think. Or a lever, sorry, lever. Take that, go like that. Let's put that lever right here, and we'll force a redstone signal into the system. We'll input a redstone signal on the green, okay? And so when I flip that lever, if this works, we should start seeing blood flowing over that way. And we do. Perfect. So this works. This is what we want. So we're good to go there. And he still has blood in him. He stopped flowing, and it throws away the extra blood. So this system here will cover... Let me F7, make sure we don't have any bad spots here. He'll cover collecting blood, so we'll have more than enough blood when we need it, and not too much, and not clog up our system, because he'll start throwing away blood. And we'll be collecting crazy amounts of bottles, so Lord knows we won't ever have to make any empty glass bottles. So there you have collection of blood from the drops in this thing. And we're going to have a giant barrel full of blood here. I'm not sure we'll ever fill it up, but we'll be ready for it if we need to. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you want to see more like this, hit the follow button. And come on over and see us at twitch.tv/RedSpexGaming. Currently, we're playing 7 Days to Die. We're playing the War of the Walkers mod, so it'd be great to see you over there as well. In the meantime, everybody stay safe and have a great rest of your week.